I'm a Newcastle fan. It's got to be the biggest disgrace I've seen in my life. How is that a penalty? It hits his armpit and then it hits his elbow. How it takes 5 people in a VAR room and then a referee to not only get the call, but to go look at him on it and say, oh, it's a penalty, hits him on the hand, hits him on the arm here. No, it hits him in the armpit and then the elbow. Look, lads, I'm recording this. I know you're getting this on the 29th of November, I believe it is. 29th you'll be getting this video. I'm recording it on the day. Without further ado, let's get into the proper match reaction. Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing. You might be feeling a bit better about the result now, but me right now, it's 1 hour after the game. I'm still absolutely foaming. Let's take a look at the result itself, because it was brilliant. It seriously was. It will start from the back. Nick Pope in goal, he was an absolute rock. Sean White's shot stopping is unbelievable. Also, Sean White's distribution is still terrible, but his shot stopping was unbelievable. He saved a fair few times, as he always does. Left back, Tino Livramento. No Newcastle fan will, because we all know it's a disgrace, and no opposition fan will either. That is not a penalty in a million years. I don't want Tino Livramento to put his head down, because look, he needs all the backing he deserves. Of course he's going to feel a little bit disappointed. Nobody will jump on the back of your Tino if by the minuscule chance that you are watching this, it wasn't your fault, and there's millions of that know it wasn't your fault. Left centre back Fabian Shaw is just as cool as he always is. Didn't have the best performance. Same with Jamal Lascelles. But look, it was all defensive. After Alexander Isak scored in the 24th minute, I believe it was all defensive, wasn't it? Every single player was back. We were in that sort of formation, which we did against Arsenal and Man United last season. But anyways, Kieran Trippier was half decent. Lewis MILEY, a 17-year-old. Look, after the Manchester City game in the EFL, the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, I was looking at Lewis MILEY, right? And I was thinking, this lad, with all due respect, was anonymous. He didn't do nothing against Chelsea. Outstanding. Against Paris Saint-Germain, he made a Champions League debut, right? Of course, away from home. He made a Champions League full debut at Paris Saint-Germain. I'm so glad he didn't fall under the occasion. He stepped on that pitch with so much courage and so much experience, as if he was 27 years old, right? As if he'd been playing for a decade longer. In the half turns he was making, the blocks he was making, the defensive contributions he was making, it was seriously unreal. Look, and I'm convinced that this lad is such a fantastic top talent now. It's exciting. Look, it's great that we are going to feel hard done by that shocking result. Last minute as well, it took them the whole game. But we can take positives from this, we sure can. Bruno Joelinton, great as always, especially in the defensive areas, as we were defending the whole game. Gordon, half decent. Isak took his goal fantastically. Did miss a sitter, if you want to call it a sitter. Miguel Almiron, I thought, for me, it was one of his best games in a black and white shirt, hands down. Look, I thought he was absolutely unreal. Of course, kind of got the assist for the goal. I mean, he shot and ricocheted off Donnarumma. Alexander Isak tapped it in. But his work rate, of course, he won the ball back for when Isak missed that sitter as well. His work rate was unbelievable. Going forward, he was great as well. Genuinely, for me, that was one of Miguel Almiron's best black and white shirt, game in a black and white shirt ever. Look, if we did win this game, if we just hold it on for 30 more seconds, do you know what? Not even would just hold it on. If that referee had a brain in him, if he had one singular brain cell in him, it's these people, they make a living. They have a better life than us because they make decisions like that on a football pitch. These people are the cream of the crop of refereeing on one of the most important Champions League matches in the group of death. Paris Saint-Germain against Newcastle. How can you get a vital decision like that wrong? We went into that game with not an attacking senior player on the pitch. We gave it everything. We played fantastically and we've got let down by the referees. It's shocking. But if we won that game, Newcastle United would have been second. If we beat Milan at home, which is very doable at home, it's in James's Park, every team is scared. If we had to beat them, we would secure Champions League football. And look, it's just annoying that we did get let down by that, because any sort of outcome I'm happy with. Going through with the next round, I'm happy with. Europa League, I'm happy with. Going out, the players get a rest, I'm happy with. But as of now, of course, we are third in the Champions League. Milan are fourth. We're on the same points as Milan, and PSG are 2 points clear of us, which there shouldn't be. It's simple as, in one man that's got on my nerves. It's the self-entitled Kylian Mbappe. The man gets paid over $500,000 every single week. It took you all that money in your own backyard, and it takes you all that to just beat Newcastle, and not even beat Newcastle, to scrape a draw against Newcastle. When people say scrape a draw, that is the finest definition of scrape I've ever seen in my life. It got gifted to them. It was a gift. I've seen something that their owner is very high up in UEFA's sort of hierarchy. If that's true, I don't know. I don't want to make allegations like that, but I did see something brief like that on Twitter. Whether that's got anything to do with it, I don't know. People sort of call you out when you say stuff like that, though, so I'm not going to pick up on it too much, because it would say like I'm mourning a bit. But if that has something to do with it, then maybe it does. But look, lads, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? Well, hey ho, look, 1-1 against Paris Saint-Germain. It's still a very, very good result. We played fantastic. It's such a positive. Miguel Almiron and MILEY and Tino, the three standouts for me. They were absolutely outstanding. Alexander Isak, I said he was going to score. He did score. It is very positive, but on such a big negative. Honestly, it's so annoying. I hope everyone and myself feels better tomorrow when this is uploaded. It's such a letdown. The travelling fans have been let down of 2 points. We've been let down of a historic result, but we're going to do the double over the dirty, arrogant PSG. It's just a shame. But look, on a calmer perspective, I mean, I know we're sat off, and normally with these disciplined games, like against Man United last season when we drew 0-0 at Old Trafford, or was it 1-1? Might have been 0-0, I think it was 0-0, and of course 0-0 at Arsenal as well. Look, we played in a manner like that. We just sat off so well, very well disciplined, very well drilled by Eddie Howe. We've done it perfectly. That's a perfection. People might not like it who are Newcastle fans, but it gets results, and that's what it would have got today if we weren't let down by that officiate. But look, with all due respect, as we played like that, PSG did batter. Let's be real. But of course they battered. If we're all going to sit off like that, the stats were Newcastle had 5 shots, they had 31. I mean, look, it was coming, wasn't it? It was coming. They were giving absolutely everything. The centre mid, Fabian Ruiz, was playing at centre back. He was trying to get everything forward. They were playing the dirty little tricks. It's just it is a learning curve. It seriously is a learning curve. It's annoying. We're all annoyed. We're all reminiscing back on it. Even I might be tomorrow still. I mean, I might be for the next years to come. I'll probably thinking back in a couple of years when I'm playing the Champions League. Remember this? I shouldn't even be laughing. But what that makes for Newcastle United now in the Champions League group stage, of course, Dortmund play Paris Saint-Germain at Dortmund. Newcastle play Milan at Newcastle. All we have to do to get European football is not lose against Milan. If we draw to Milan, we get third place, Europa League football. So if Milan beat us in Newcastle, we're done. We're out. That's concrete. It's mathematically we are out. Of course, it's the last game as well. If Dortmund beat PSG and we beat AC Milan, look, we're through with the Champions League next round, and that would be unreal revenge. That would be bittersweet for Kylian Mbappe and co. I'm not even going to call him Paris Saint-Germain because it's Kylian Mbappe. They don't even play for Paris Saint-Germain, they play for him. And if Newcastle win, draw, whatever it is, we get European football. Just if we lose, we don't get nothing. Milan, if they get 3 points, they're ahead of us, and of course we come fourth. It's all unfortunate, but it's been left in our own hands. It's just unfortunate that the 11 lads on that pitch give absolutely everything. And I mean everything. There was no one to bring on from that bench, respectively. I know there was Lewis Hall there. Apart from that, there was no one that could massively impact that game to bring off on the bench. And the lads stuck with it. They didn't care. They gave 110%. And that's why I'm proud to wear this shirt. This badge, I'm proud to have it on my chest. That we've went into a Champions League game against one of the best teams in the world, with the best player in the world on their team. And we've give absolutely everything. I'm over the moon of that, seriously. When I look back on it, I am a 17-year-old, a kid my age, has stepped up against the best player in the world. And you know what? We made a mockery of them. We sat them back for so long. They couldn't deal with it. They had to get the referee in. It's just unlucky. But there we have it, full time. I say full time, it happened a long time ago. Paris Saint-Germain won, Newcastle United won. Looking back on it now, nothing to be ashamed of. Just one thing to be ashamed of, though, and of course, it goes without saying, doesn't it? But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, none of us like watching, enjoy, or even like I like bringing you this video. But we love Newcastle United. That's what we love talking about. Hence why I am talking about it. That's why you're watching as well. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Jody Josh. See you in the next one. See you for the daily news, of course. I want one over on them now. I want one over on them.